I have made this video to show you a couple of things. One is that I want to show you some of the functions and features that are available as part of the Blackboard system. So Stony Brook University uses this content management system called Blackboard, which is an online system where we actually host our course material, we assign homework assignments, as well as do a few other things that I'm going to show you. The other purpose of this video is to discuss the syllabus very briefly. So let's get started. The first thing you will do is you will open a web browser of your choice, Chrome, Firefox, both of them work very well. And you will navigate to this website called blackboard.stonybrook.edu. And then you're going to log in with your net ID and password. Once you log in, depending on how many classes you have taken or are you taking right now, you will see somewhere Mech 262 Engineering Dynamics, Summer 2016. You click on that. And as soon as you click on that particular course, you will be led to this area of Blackboard system called Announcements. And you can see that there are no announcements right now, but I will be posting one very soon. So you'll see something appear over here. So this is like your home state for the Mech 262 class. And on the left hand side you will see the menu. Now if you're a student, then this menu is going to appear slightly differently, and I'll show you a student view of this menu as well. So I have this student account as well, where I can see how it's going to look to you guys, and you can see that this is kind of compressed. You don't have as many things mentioned over here as we have on the instructor side. Okay, but the rest of the things are essentially the same. So I'm going to just minimize this, and actually can't minimize this. Oh, okay, I can do that. All right. Okay, so the first thing we will do is we'll click on the Getting Started on the left hand side, and this is the first thing that you will be doing as well once you log on. So you have the syllabus over here. That's a PDF file, and this is version 2. So if you have any previous version of the syllabus, please discard them. This is the latest version, and if I make any changes, I will change the version number over here. So from version 2, it might become version 3, and so on. So let's click on this syllabus over here first. And if you are using Firefox, and this, which is what I'm using over here, this is going to open inside a PDF viewer, but you can definitely download this and open this PDF file using Adobe Reader or another compatible PDF software. So we have a bunch of basic information on the top, instructor information. I have the information for my grader / teaching assistant. His name is Anshul Lodha. He's a graduate student in our department working on his PhD. His office hours are not decided yet, so that's why this is TBA, to be announced. But both his as well as my office hours will be conducted live through SB Connect room, which is also part of the Blackboard system, and I'll show this to you very soon. So we scroll down and we see course description. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. You can see the course description as to what this class is about. Make sure that you read this. What is the purpose of this class? And this is something that I added very recently, where we talk about basically why engineering dynamics is an important class, and where this will be used in future, and so on. Course learning outcomes, these are our outcomes or objectives for this particular class. So I expect everybody to be able to achieve these outcomes starting with CLO 1 up to CLO 7. Okay, and you should read them so you can understand to what level of detail we will get into various topics. Then this is something that is a little bit on the administrative side, and you may not care much about it, but it is very important to us because we are an ABET accredited department, and we have to kind of show to ABET that we are doing what we're promising that we will do. So you may very well ignore it, but this is actually of great importance to us. Course topics, these are a bunch of course topics that are mentioned over here. And again, this is not very important at this point, but feel free to browse through them. In fact, in some cases, this may be important to you as well because you are taking this class from another institution and your institution asked to see a list of course topics. Okay, so let's come to more important stuff, math and statics prerequisites. So statics is a prerequisite for this class, so you should have taken either MEC 260 if you are a Stony Brook student, or if you're from elsewhere, you must have taken an equivalent class in statics. wherein you should have learned at least how to draw free body diagram, how to do force and moment balance. Uh, Apart from statics, I will also expect you to know basic trigonometry, vector calculus, how do you differentiate and integrate vector functions as well as the scalar functions, how to do vector algebra, how to add two vectors, subtract them, take the dot product, do the cross product, as well as differential and integral calculus. So, we will, at least in the first chapter, we will be doing quite a bit of differential calculus and integrating functions as well. And one of the things that you would need for the first chapter and perhaps for the second chapter as well is how to do change of variables. Okay, so if that's something that you don't remember, please pick out your favorite calculus book and review that. Technology and tools. Now, this is important because some of these technology and tools that we are using in this class may be quite unfamiliar to you, but I've tried to make it as easily available and accessible to you as I could. If you need any help, of course, I'm going to be around to answer any questions. So first one is the Piazza. Now, Piazza is basically an online text-based forum where we will be conducting class discussions. If you have a question, you can ask over there, and either me, my TA, or one of your fellow students can answer that question. So what you would do is you would go to this particular URL, piazza.com, and you can see this is specific for our 262 class. So let's go ahead and click on that. And you'll be led to this particular page, and I can click on Q&A over here, question and answer. Now remember, this is the instructor's website. So if you see over here, we have two threads which are already visible to public, office hours, as well as welcome to Piazza and introductions. So I would like you guys to create an account over here. After this video tutorial is completed, I will actually add you manually, but you will still have to activate your account on Piazza. Let's go back to Blackboard system. Well, actually, we are at the syllabus. So I'm going to go back to the syllabus. Okay, so we're back to syllabus. So Piazza is something that we'll be using a lot. So make sure that you register over here. It's a free registration. We'll also be using VoiceThread. I'm not sure at this point to what extent, but at least we would like to start by introducing ourselves. And I've already created a VoiceThread under getting started. I'll show it to you in a few minutes. This doesn't require any installation, but don't try to log on to VoiceThread from voicethread.com. You will go to the VoiceThreads from the Blackboard account itself. Mcgraw-Hill Connect is an online learning platform, and you need to purchase an access to the Mcgraw-Hill Connect, which will also give you access to an ebook. In fact, most of the homework assignments and quizzes you will be taking through the Connect platform. For online exams and the quizzes, you will need to use a browser, a special browser called Respondus Lockdown Browser. And you will need to download it from this particular website. Okay, so don't try to Google for it and get it from elsewhere, because every version of Lockdown Browser is specific to a particular institution which has licensed this particular technology. So go to this URL and download the browser, and that'll be enough for now. Calculators, so we have approved calculator policy in the department, so make sure that you read that. When we get down to that particular section, you'll see which calculators are allowed. Microphone and webcam, you will need that for the VoiceThread discussion as well as to take the online exams. Webcam would be needed because all the sessions for the quizzes and exams will be actually recorded. Scanner or camera app, you may need an access to a scanner or a camera app if you have a smartphone or a tablet, something like Cam Scanner. You can do a Google search for it on the Play Store or Apple iTunes Store. And there is a free version of it which you can download. And what it does is nicely creates a PDF of all the pages that you take picture of. In fact, it does auto correction as well. So if something is not too bright, if the contrast is not good, it will do that correction. If something is rotated, it can rotate it automatically too. So it's a pretty good app, and you may find it useful even beyond this class. Adobe Acrobat Reader, free version, as well as Microsoft Word for all the students. So you can download a free version of Microsoft Office by going to this particular URL and following the instructions. You will need a solid, reliable internet connection. So don't try to take your exams or quizzes on a Wi-Fi network unless you can really trust it. If you have a wired connection, it's always preferable to use that. Communication, I will be sending you emails, and they will all go to your official Stony Brook account. So if you're in the habit of using your personal Gmail account or a personal Yahoo or Microsoft account, then you may want to set up a forward from your Stony Brook email account so that you're not missing on any important emails. In fact, whenever I assign a homework or whenever there's anything new happening, I will send an email out to everybody in the class. So make sure that you do receive my emails, as well as you check your Blackboard account, because some of the announcements will be posted there as well. I've also created a Google Calendar. So, this Google Calendar will show you, what we will be covering in what period, as well as when the exams are. If you want, you can also add this particular calendar for MEC 662 in your own Google account by following the instructions that are, written down over here. Required course textbooks, I'm not going to go through this except to say that there are a couple of options available to you for purchasing the book, as well as access to the Connect. Choose whichever is cheaper. Course delivery modality. So this is primarily an online class. However, there will be some synchronous sessions where I will help you during the office hours. Calculator policy, please read this. There are a few calculators which are allowed. Preferred method of contact, email is the best way to contact me, of course. This is the grading part, my least favorite part, because I know that you guys, if you work hard, all of you will get a good grade. But in general, you can see how, you would be graded. So if mu is the mean and sigma is the one standard deviation, at any point you can compute your current grade and see which particular range you belong, okay? Homework assignments, they'll be posted on Blackboard. Getting started. Okay, so this is the first thing that you'll be doing. So you'll go to the Getting Started section of the Blackboard, and you have a bunch of tasks that you will have to carry out. And all those tasks I have bundled in the homework 0, which is basically an administrative assignment, and I'll get to that in a few minutes. Okay. Exams and quizzes, here are the dates as well as times for the midterm exams as well as the final exam. Mode of conduct for exams and quizzes will be done using logged on browser and a webcam. So make sure that you download this from this particular URL, which was also mentioned before. You can watch a small video of how this whole logged on browser system actually works, and you should become familiar with this sooner than later. Here are some instructions on making sure that you actually have set it up properly. In fact, to make sure that you know how the logged on browser will work, I have created a syllabus quiz, which everybody has to complete using the logged on browser. Okay, some of the things that you might want to follow when you're taking the exam using the logged on browser. Academic policies, critical incident management, yes, the student conduct code, AD and disability support services statement, and all this stuff is fairly boilerplate, so make sure that you read them, and if you have already come across them before, you could probably skip them. Since this is an online class, we need to follow certain guidelines for the etiquette. And I'm pretty sure that most of you are very well versed with all these things, but in case you're not, you may want to just read through these guidelines as well. Okay, all right, so that's it about the syllabus.